My name is Jas Sergeant. Thanks for having me here today. It's lovely to be here. I was asked to give a whistle-stop insight into my life, and that's what you're going to get. I'm going to try and give you something to take away that might make a difference to you or somebody that you know. So International Women's Day, obviously we're here to celebrate women and the men that are in the room and the men that have stood by women as well. We shouldn't forget them. Going. So let's get started. How a normal person tells a story. There's a start and an end, and that's what you're going to get today from me, because that's the way I work. All over the place. Jules Fox had like Billy Connolly on acid. So everybody know who this is? Anybody who doesn't know? Thank you. Yep, Kate Shepherd. 10th of March 1848 through to the 13th of July 1934. Thank you. So I asked myself because Kate Shepherd meant nothing to me because I'm from England. So I did some research for this, and I came away with empowerment and authenticity, words that are quite buzzwords right now. But I asked myself, was Kate Shepherd empowered and was she authentic? And I think overwhelmingly we would all agree that she was empowered to do what she did, and what you saw is what you probably got. And then I asked myself, how empowered and authentic are you? And then I thought, well, I'll project that out to you. So a show of hands, please, for this. A show of hands. Who in the room has wanted to do something like write a novel, really wanted to write a novel, but never actually got around to it? Yeah? Or get up there and sing at a party. Somebody's got a guitar out and gone, you know, and it's what? Yeah, same. Once upon a time. And then more importantly, you know, who in the room, you don't have to put your hands up, but I think we've all done this, is to be authentic and really be ourselves in a relationship with our lovers, our family, our friends, our work colleagues, whatever. That it's not spilling your guts every day and dumping your load on everybody and they carry your weight. That's not what I'm on about, but it's being authentic to let that person know who you really are so that they can understand you better. And I think we've all done that, especially with in-laws. So what made Kate Shepherd different? It's quite simple. What made her different? Because Kate Shepherd would have written that book if she'd wanted to. Kate Shepherd, would fear have stopped Kate Shepherd singing. She had faith, deep faith in the research that they did. And she sang at the piano, she sang in parlours. She did it. You know, there was a point there she hadn't sang before, then she did. And then, I mentioned men earlier, but, you know, Walter Allen Shepherd was her husband. Came over from Liverpool. Do you think he knew where he stood in that relationship? Because I'd like to think he did. So I'm going to ask you to muse on this until the end of the talk that I'm giving is, do you wish you had what Kate Shepherd had, or do you know somebody who wishes they could have that power? Because even if you've got it, you can pass it on to others as well, I believe. And this is how. But anyway, I'm going to come back to that. The bit that I was asked to be here for is a whistle-stop tour of my life, and I've never done this before. There's a lot in here, so here it goes, eh? So, first of all, I'm here, so I must have had a mum and dad. Would you like to meet them? Yeah. There you go. That was the immaculate conception. Okay, stop looking around. There's my mum, and there's my dad. And, yeah, that's says it all. They're still alive, they're still in the same house I was born in. And there's little Thomas Sergeant, because that was the name that I was given when I was a baby. We talk about empowerment. Watch the name Thomas Ian change on the next slide, because I got a bit older. But Ian Thomas, not Thomas Ian. My mum, you see, back in 1963, was sat down with the family and grandfather, father, nana, you know, well, we have to name them, you know. We have to name this kid, you know. My mum said, I like the name Ian. Well, we were talking about this already, and we think Thomas because, you know, your father-in-law's called Thomas, And your husband's called Thomas, so we think we should, you know. My mum kind of wasn't really into that, but pressure, 3 against 1. She couldn't see the point, you know, Thomas Senior, Thomas Junior, Thomas eternally confused. What she did is just go down the shops with me in the pram, and people would come up, you know, oh, gorgeous little girl, oh boy. What's his name? And Ian. So by the time my father went shopping 3 weeks later, I was like, I love you, little Ian. Thomas. No, I think you should know your son's name, it's Ian. You know? So that's empowerment for you in a nutshell from my mum. Yeah, so that's me. A lovely little thing. I mean, I only got this last year when I went back home and I said to Mum, there's a frigging clue here. Look, I've got the cute little shoulder drop going on. I'm holding hands with a boy. I've got a kink in the leg. And I didn't choose the frilly knickers. And this kid here, if you're listening, well, you won't be listening because this is being streamed, but I met this kid, Scott, when I was 3, and when we were 6, he was 6, I was 6, he went back to Canada. He's my longest standing friend, and he's still in my life in a big way. Thanks, Scott. So in a blink of an eye, 1969 jumps to 2009. I'm 7 to 47 years old. There I am. There's my honest. The middle one is when I arrived in New Zealand. That's in Queenstown. Flanking either side of that was in my restaurant in the Cotswolds. And the bottom 2 when I was working here in New Zealand. And yeah, there it is. I can honestly look you all in the eye and say, I have not got a clue what was coming. True. It's a question I'm asked an awful lot, you know, you're trapped in the wrong body all your life. I have feelings when I was a kid. I could emphasise more, but no, didn't have a clue. Happily married, getting on with your life. And like John had alluded to, work. It's all about that. So, 14 years old, my sexual preference became very clear. 1981, I was 18 and I met my soulmate. I'll elaborate further on that. Same year I became an apprentice chef. I got married in 1995 in Kenya. And from there on and before, it was all about career. 42, 2005, we got the restaurant. 4 years there, and a hard 4 years, we turned it round. Triple turnover, worked. And of course, when a couple works together and burns out, the writing's on the wall, it's going to happen. So, I've whistled through that, so the bit where I can stop clicking around now is... You've got to laugh. Is, how did it start? So, I'm going to spend a bit longer on that. A container arrived with all my goodies, 147 boxes of stuff, and Jackie was away, and at the time we were temporarily living in Torbay. And, how are you doing? Living in Torbay, and the container arrived, Jackie was at a conference at the Bay of Plenty, and these boxes, loads, 147 of them. So I thought how good it would be to get these into the right room. So computer room there, kitchen, bathroom, bedrooms, and then I thought, oh, time on my hands, you know, and I'm going to move on here. The worst room with boxes was the bedroom. So I thought, let's start doing that. So, you know, there I am, all my suits, all my shirts, all my shoes. And it came to Jackie's clothes, my wife. And I was just grabbing her stuff and chucking them in, and something fell on the floor, a top, and I picked it up, got the coat hanger, and yeah, you can rip this apart in the psychology world, I don't know, but I picked it up, I picked it up, and it's just a simple black woman's top. It had a rent in it, a slit here, so connected. Marks and Spencer's, no frills, it was just, and I kind of thought, God, this is gorgeous, why didn't you wear it more? I can't tell you from the point that I thought that to it was on, I was wearing the damn thing. I was wearing it. I think I had a goatee beard. It's all wrong. It's all wrong. But it was okay. Of course, I wanted to carry on, so I ended up just getting a black skirt and throwing that on. And people ask me, was that a turn on? Is it you feel all cool and much? No, all I did was just carry on unpacking. Just carried on unpacking. I did a computer room as well. And suddenly I was tired, and I just remember collapsing in bed or on the bed, and I pulled the sheet over and slept. And the hard bit where you go on these highs and lows is waking up in the night. I just went to the bathroom, for the light on, and looking in the mirror going, I can't really tell you because there's children present. You can guess. You object disappointment in yourself. Think about this bit. But yeah, it's wrong. It's wrong. It's not how you brought up. It's letting people down. It's just really hard. So, I took it off, and that's the beginning of depression, I guess. I mean, it started, I too didn't recognise it, but it was just wrong. The problem is I wanted more over time. I can't tell you when I wanted more, but I did. And then, I'm a man. For God's sake, concrete pill, harden up. That's what we're supposed to do, It's our job. Time went on, and it just got harder. I'm going to whistle through the next bit, because I've got another little story to share, and I haven't got heaps of time. But just to give you a chronological, 2010 I began cross-dressing, as we call it. What the frick? Why? Why me? Why me? Am I alone? Because I would not Google that word. I would not Google it. No way. So I was the only one. I knew there's drag queens on TV and stuff like that, and it's often all the stuff, just gets shits and giggles. Just gets giggles. Sorry, Mum, I swore. I knew I would. I'm in trouble now. How can I make it stop? And another fear I have, and it's inappropriate to say this, what if I go gay? I mean, it makes no sense to me now, but what if I go gay? And you start living for fears then. It's just fear of the what ifs. And those fears bugged me. Nearly bust up a wonderful relationship for the what ifs in life. But no help. No help. Man up. But by the end of the year, abject turmoil. 2011, I moved to Helensville. I confessed to my wife on Fordyce Road in the garden with Raucous the cat sat next to us. She knew something was wrong because I'd been so dark and deep and not coming home till late. I just sat in the office. At night. She thought I was having an affair, so when I told her that I was cross-dressing, she was actually ready to rip me in the throat. She was a bit, what? It's quite a fun story, we laugh at it now, but we looked at can I do part-time and keep this a secret, but the reality is I wanted more, but I wouldn't have I wanted more work. Real estate was my saviour. I like it, I enjoy it. And I could throw myself into it, and cognitively it would just stop me thinking about stuff, and I could throw myself into the one big thing that just did it for me. I refused antidepressants, same as Janet. I will fix this. I fix it. You don't need a drug. You don't need it. Fix it. Toughen up. Now, watch the eyebrows. Nice big and bushy eyebrows. By the end of the year, turmoil was still, and then confusion on top of that. 2012, I fronted up and told my mum and dad. Honesty is the best policy, we say. And in this case, all I did was just dump turmoil and confusion and fear onto my mum and dad. And really out of character for my mum. She was out of my life for a while. As a result of that, my life was kind of over. in a way. I'm running away. I always had a plan. If life didn't work out, you might find me somewhere on a beach in India. And that was going to be it. My father rang me up actually. He said, "Don't do the India thing, I'm just working on your mum." My dad's amazing. But still, work hard is best. I'm messed up. I need a name. There's a story there. Questions and answers afterwards, how we got that. It's amusing. Trust me, it's nice. But watch the eyebrows. Look, they're getting a bit more manicured now. Still scared, still confused, still in a mess. And then I met a support group in 2013. That's my first day out in the sun, in the light. It's in Taupo. My wardrobe began to grow, but my career was my marriage was done and over in that same year. And people said, "Will you go full time, Jas? Can you do this?" Yeah, I said. Losing my marriage, I just skipped over, but that's another long. I could go an hour on that. 2014, I met somebody that accepted me, and she had a little girl. And if you want to meet that person there, she's sat here right now. I grew in confidence, but at work it was still a secret. I was leaving crumbs everywhere, and people were, in hindsight, now we've got friends saying, we knew. But I hurt, and by the winter time, it was time to say goodbye. And when I did a dry run last night, I cried here. But that was it. I get suicide. I too can talk about it. I can front it up and I can help people. And I will say, by the time you spotted it, I met a lady yesterday. I don't know if she's here today. But we talked about this. She said, "Yeah, by the time you spot it, it's too late. We need to catch it sooner." Another subject, but yeah, that was me, and it wasn't a cry for help, guaranteed. The stuff was there, how I was going to do it, and it all made sense. The pain would go, I'd never have to cry, say goodbye. I was in a dark place at the end of that year. I nearly threw this person out of my life. I did take up the meds because it was explained to me that I can't fix myself. A really good anecdote, the doctor said, he swore at me actually, an Iraqi Mancunian, what a combination. He said, "When you broke your leg, how did you fix it?" I said, "A metal plate." He says, "Yeah, did you fix yourself?" "No, you needed external support." "Yeah." "Meds." "Your nana was a diabetic." "Yeah." "Did she fix herself?" "No, she needed insulin." "Yeah." External support. So if anybody fights this, or you have anybody that's saying, "I'm not going on meds," hey, it's nothing to be embarrassed about. If it gives you temporary relief, it helps you move on, and it helps you rationalise and get your life back together, or your friends' lives back together. That's what they're there to do. We don't think twice about taking a painkiller. 2015, I had a San Fran plan, and this is the turning point where I thought, right, I'm going to take control of my life. The San Fran plan was go to San Francisco, live life, full time, let's see what I think. Well, the decision was made. And then I was asked the question, well, you said you wasn't going to go full time, but now you're going to do it. Yeah. Would you go on HRT and the meds and the blockers and all that? Nah, I don't need boobs. All I'm worried about by the end of 2015 is my career. Told in no certain terms, or later on in the next year, I was told there's no place in real estate for a trans real estate agent. No place at all. A lovely story, but I went from San Francisco to England. This is my dad again. I'm elated. Cabin crew actually saw my red nails, so I hadn't gone full time. I was still a bit androgynous, I guess, but I still had red nails, and in England that was it. I'm going to wear my red nails with pride. And I seemed to be a bit of a buzz, and when everybody goes to sleep, the stewardess came and said, Champagne in the galley with the girls? Don't drink that, I'll go to first class and get a bottle. So I was elated, I was flying, life's turning round, and then my dad, I kissed my dad. You saw, we're very, he's a big bear and he gives you a lovely hug, and he's got a big warm heart. But yeah, I got there, Mum and Dad were totally aware of the San Fran plan, they were behind me now, that, they were like, don't get it, but all my dad says, I'll just jump forward, Dad, how come you're so okay with me? He said, you were born healthy, happy, that's all I wanted, look at you. You're not an alcoholic anymore. I've never seen you smile so much. Healthy, happy, that's all we wanted for our kids. But I got to the airport, what could go wrong? Because my mum was like a little whippet. We had a big cuddle. My dad's still 7 months, runs so fast. We had this long cuddle. And then my dad, that's the bit I was really, I was a cuddle off my dad, I won't deny it. But he looked frail. He came up, stood like this, and as he came up, he put his hands up like this, with that kind of expression. It was like, and in that moment, like, how could I have got this so wrong? I wanted to get my bags, get out. Yeah, I just forgot one basic thing about my dad, but he's also shaky, and I thought, you got Parkinson's or something? And then he smiled at me. He just smiled like this, and then slowly, he started turning his hands around. And what's going on? He had Mum wouldn't let him wear the tiara at Manchester International Airport. I love that picture. I love it. I forgot that Mancunians have got a weird sense of humour. Anyway, quickly battering on because I'm sure I'm going to run out of time now. Decision was made, just my career to manage. Transition plan, it kind of went wrong, but I did start meds. And in the end, this bit, basically, an employer said, yeah, I'm fine with that. I've known you for years and years and years and years. We're all good. And then in the September, she reneged, I'm not going to quote, but she just reneged. It's her business she's entitled to. So then I thought, screw this. I booked a plane and I went to, booked a flight in November. The meds were already worked, they work quick. So I left on the 8th of December. Ian's clothes were left behind in Auckland, and I got off the aeroplane at Manchester Airport with my mum and dad as Jas, and that was it, no going back. And that particular person that came into my life, here she is, arrived on Christmas Day. Again, I've left Rachel out of this a lot because there's a lot in there as a story. January, drove into Helensville for the first time. Your name's still there, I didn't pick it out. It was queer. It was like, I'm doing this. Yeah, I was due to begin work at Harcourt's, there's no secret there, and everything was in place, everybody knew. And got there. The office didn't scare me. I looked at the office and I parked the car. But the cafe and the countdown, that was my fear. I was absolutely petrified. And I didn't know Nicola. And she, are you Jas? Yeah, coffee. And it's 2018, I'm happy. 2019, I've got it all together. A little article in Women's Day, which was lovely. And I kind of look back. One wonderful message I've got here is, this is Jackie. This is, been in my life for 38 years. And whilst we separated until the 3rd of April next month, we remain living together. We still live together. And we found a love that we're quite proud of, because it's a different love to a husband and wife. It's indescribable. Rachel and Jackie were having dinner on Christmas Eve. Rachel said, "What are you doing Christmas?" And she said, "Oh, a couple of my friends have got themselves fellas. I'm not going to be a third wheel, so I'll just have a quiet one. Come camping with us up north." I turned up with like hundreds of friends there. I'm like, "Who's the chick over there?" That's my ex-wife. Rachel's here. Yeah, at 5 o'clock, 5:30, I reckon that's when the fight will start. It can be done. So I'm going to flick this. This is a little gift to you guys. You know, did Kate Shepherd, I'm going to go back to the beginning now, did Kate Shepherd listen to Down and Debbie over here, that voice? I don't think so. Taking that one step further, if anybody's heard this Tale of Two Wolves, yeah? If you've not, just Google it. It's about a Cherokee chief, an elder, talking to his grandson about the battle that goes on within. And it's just a simple read. But I thought for today, the question was at the Tale of Two, which wolf wins? You've got two wolves, so I'll whistle through this. I've just shared with you a 10-year fight of my two wolves inside me, the dark and a light wolf. Now the bad wolf, the dark one, the black dog, whatever we call it, it's all those words there. It's toxic, it's negative, it's dark, it's bitter, envious, insidious. It promotes hurt and evil and greed and self-pity and guilt and resentment, inferiority, lies. And it made me abjectly unhappy and lost. Trust me, I was. It's the wolf that tells you or your partners that texting's okay, you're a good driver. But it's not. It's the one that says, "Hey buddy, have another drink, have another drink, have another drink. Ah, you've been allowed to drive." Or we drink too much. You know, have another drink, don't have a day off. You deserve it, you've worked hard. I smoke as well. It doesn't help you at all. It had me convinced that love would be out of reach and that I'd be alone forever. Even my father said it to me. He said, "Dad, I'm social. You know, I'll just go to bed and not have cuddles. That's my life. If that's the payoff, that's the payoff." But this black wolf said, it made sense of that. Like, look in the mirror, Jazz. Who could truly love the likes of you romantically? It's fine. It's insidious. It encouraged and permitted me to go and kill myself. It made sense. It permitted me. And it's the one that encourages every suicide that you hear. Greg Boyd here, Kevin Flint from The Prodigy, just this week. And the list is too long, and it's a global pandemic. And it's the one that convinced me I would not and could not be who you see here today. I could not have envisaged this. The other wolf, though, is good. It's as authentic as they come. Life is joyful, brings peace, true loves into your life, hope, serenity, humility, kindness, benevolence, empathy, generosity, truthful, non-judgmental, compassionate, and allows you to own faith. I didn't download this. This came from, the only research I did was Kate Shepherd. This is how I felt. It reasoned that with stealing some determination and a bit of a brave heart, and the love of those around me, I could live true, not as transgender. I hate boxes for people. He's black, she's Chinese, lesbian. Honestly, why do we do this? You know, it's just, we're people. And I just want to be a person. A taxpayer, a ratepayer, and part of this community. And I'm proud to be. I'm very proud to be. And you, is the same fight going on inside you or somebody that's close to you? Because I think the black wolf is the one that stops you getting up and singing. That's someone I really like now. Because you get up and sing and make a tit of yourself. What's the harm? And that's the white wolf, because no harm will come. It won't let you harm yourself or others. But we allow this bloody black wolf in our lives, don't we? And if you let this, if you start to think about this and get into it, it makes you more attractive. It makes you attractive to people. When you meet somebody, you go, what a lovely person. Unless they're hiding something, this is where they might be at. So the battle rages inside us. So the message is simple. The little boy asked the grandfather, "Hey, which wolf wins?" Makes you think, doesn't it? It's the one that you feed. That's all it is. You feed that black wolf, it's going to grow big and strong. For me, I got to a point where I like to think, I didn't feed that wolf and it starved itself to death and it doesn't exist anymore in my life. I'd love for you to get there as well. So, for the video. Right, so today, take up my challenge. Jump the black wolf, lose the monkey on your back, because it ain't your monkey, and lose down a Debbie. And I want you to break free. This is how you're going to do it. Over the next year, please, could some of you just text, email, stop me in the street, invite me around for a glass of wine or a coffee, anything, and tell me that today was worth it for you, and that one way or another, you went and you did your thing. Get up and sing. Go and have a crack at writing a novel. Take up painting, even if you... Rochelle isn't a natural ukulele player. But she's doing her thing. There you go. So that's it. That's all, folks. Thank you so much for having me here. I just thank you. Yeah, thank you. There's some questions.